Imagine being Vegeta and seeing a kid become way stronger than you've ever been. On today's review, we have the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. But before we begin, just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nation store exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challengers. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because you might even be the one that takes this one home. Also, while I'm at it, just want to let you know that I have a brand new Discord server where I'm just collecting a bunch of people that love Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts. We talk about them all day and share our figure photography. So if that's something that interests you, there's be a link in the description. Anyways, this figure was released back in April of 2024, so it's been a little bit over a year now, and it was released for a retail price of $65, which is actually pretty high. However, the resale is still currently that $65 because they're still, reissuing it, adding extra copies into the market, so it's one that's easily attainable. And by the way, Amazon currently has a sale on him for only $58. So if you do want this figure, make sure you act quick before they sell out on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description as well. But as far as history of the figure goes, so this one is actually kind of pretty tricky, and it's something that honestly bothered me a little bit, is because, if you see the face that it comes with is like when he turns Super Saiyan, and even the name kind of suggests that it's a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So it says the fighter who surpassed Goku. However, during that scene when the little red strike goes through Gohan, he's battle damaged. However, this figure is like when he first arrives to the Cell game. So it kind of doesn't compute for me. So this most resembles just a regular Super Saiyan 1 Gohan. So yeah, a bit confusing. But in terms of that, we do have the 1.0 Gohan that was released back in July of 2010 for $40. And then 2 years later, we got the special color edition, the San Diego Comic-Con 2012 edition. Other than that, the other ones seem to be like more of a battle damaged Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, so I don't really relate them. But anyways, let's look at the box here quickly. We have like a magenta accent color on this one for some reason. Then we have a cool bunch of little poses. Bunch of pictures here, all the different ways you can display your Gohan. So here we have the figure in the clamshell. I know there's some people that really love to see how the accessories are, placed within the clamshell. So you're just going to give it a quick little 360 so you can see that. Hey guys, I'm happy to announce that I'll be starting an optional membership program to my channel. If you want to support the videos as well as the website, you will be receiving exclusive emoji and badges, as well as your name will be displayed at the end of every video. You will also get all my new videos early before anyone else. I will also be hosting an exclusive live stream with all the members once a month. Just want to say completely optional and up to you if you want to join. Link in the description. So here we have the Gohan figure, but before we begin, just want to let you know that you should check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com. It's a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts line. The website is constantly being updated with all the latest information, so you're bound to learn something there. Make sure you check that out. He looks incredible in my opinion. And then just want to let you know, in terms of body mold, this is actually one that's highly regarded in the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts community. It's up there along the Ultimate Gohan from the superhero movie. And then we have the legendary Super Saiyan Goku and the upcoming new Super Saiyan Goku from the Cell games. I think those are basically the best body molds that we have currently. The articulation is top notch. The face here looks crazy good. It looks straight out of the anime. As we all know, in the Cell games, or the Cell Saga in general, there was like a new artist, I think you could say. I don't know at the top of my head, but we also got like those funny looking faces to some people. Like, when the pupils are like this way, that's like a different kind of take on the character. But I don't mind it too much. I know some people don't really like that. But anyways, in terms of the figure, honestly, there's not much going on. Like, the gi is purple, but there's like no shading at all within. Then we have like the blue belt and the blue wristbands. And then the Piccolo boots, which I always find funny. The little elf boots. And the hair does have some shading. You could probably pick it up here, but it's like lighter on the outside and then gets a little more darker on the inside, which looks pretty nice in my opinion. But yeah, other than that, not really much going on with the figure itself. So In terms of accessories, the face that he comes out of the box with is like an angry staring you down face. He also comes with this one, which has like the pupils more dilated and he's still looking pretty angry. And then this one is, he has his teeth out grinning, still angry as heck. Then this is the one that he's a little scuffed up. They decided not to include any blood on this one because they're trying to keep it PG. But this is the face where the little red line crosses through him when Android 16 dies. And he finally, you know, lets go of all his anger to turn Super Saiyan 2. And then lastly, it's this one where he's like screaming. You see he has his mouth open. So he's like powering up. I would like to mention he also has a separate headpiece. So you could attach the faces here. And this one is more of like a windswept, like he's powering up. He's turning Super Saiyan 2, I guess. Again, very confusing figure, but yeah, so like the hair is more spiked up, whereas this one is flowing to the other side. Now, in terms of hands, he comes out of the box, of course, ready to hit somebody with his closed fist. Would he be Goku's son without the Kamehameha hands? Of course not. Here he is powering them up. Then we have these like open palm hands with like the thumb bent in where you could display his Masenko Ha. Then we have these open palm hands like literally open, and these can represent telling someone to stop or throwing ki blast, whatever you want in your display. Last but not least is what I like to call the martial arts hand. So it's him basically doing his pose right before he starts fighting, or they could also be like reaching out hands. Last but not least, we have the main eventer here. We have the soft goods cape, which is honestly just the best type of cape. No comparison. I hate those really hard plasticky ones. This one is amazing. So it has two bendy wires on the side, one on the left, one on the right, and it has one along the bottom here, so you could articulate it however you want. Literally infinite type of posing with the cape is just incredible, amazing. You just take off the head, put the peg through there, and then poke the head back in. And there you have him, the warrior who surpassed Goku. You could literally just post the cape however you want and it's gonna look great. Anyways, that's it for the accessories. Now we're gonna move over to the review part of the video. And as always, we start with the articulation. Let's start at the bottom here with the foot. Rotate 360, pretty easy. Goes up, down, ankle rock to the side, ankle rock to the other side. The toe bends up and bends down a little bit. Nothing, I don't think you'll use that, but just in case. And then the knee bends pretty good, over a 90-degree angle. This is how the knee looks, pretty seamless. And then you do have a little swivel in the thigh here to rotate inward, outward. He does extend his leg out this much, up this much, and back this much before this starts like grinding against that, which you do not want. And then at the waist, 360 pretty easily. He does bend over 90 degrees. And he does have a nice little ab crunch where he could bend pretty good. He is able to extend back as well, off to the side, off to the other side. So many ways to play with this guy. Rotate 360 at the shoulder. Now he does have a annoying sleeve here, but it's not as annoying as the 2.0s, to be honest, because it doesn't stick out that much. Like even if you stick it out as far as it goes, it still does not look terrible. Like you could barely see any skin there, which I hate with the other ones. But anyways, the butterfly joint inward. The thumb here reaches the nose, pretty good. 360 at the bicep. Elbow flexes this much. And then the wrist rotates 360 and you're able to put the hand inward and outward. As far as the head goes, rotate 360, bend to the side this much. That's a crazy amount. Bend to the other side, look down, look up. Literally, you could put it in any direction, any place and space you want. Like, what else can I say? And then on top of that, like I mentioned, you have the cape with infinite amount of articulation. So you could literally pose this guy however you please. Whatever pose you want, he'll do it. So honestly, it's got to be a 5. It's perfect. Now, as far as accuracy goes, this one is where it gets a little tricky. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, The intention of the figure seems to be like a Super Saiyan 2, right? However, when he turns Super Saiyan 2, he is battle damaged. Like, I think his knee here is supposed to be missing some cloth, and then he's supposed to be scuffed up everywhere. And it even includes the face that's like scuffed up, but that's just not gonna be entirely accurate. Why is only his face scuffed up and not his body? So if you want to keep him just as a Super Saiyan 1, like when he arrived at Cell Games, this is perfect, bar none, a 5. But since they attempted to make it a Super Saiyan 2, I can't give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 4. Next up is the price to plastic ratio, and I mean, it comes with a total of 5 faces, 2 different heads, a total of 5 pairs of hands, which, I mean, is just barely above what a retail $35 figure. He does have the cape, but to charge $65 for this is still a little steep. I think at the $55, this would have been perfect, but I gotta give it a 4, to be honest. Next up is scale, and here we have him next to his dad, Goku, Saiyan raised on Earth. And gotta tell you, looks perfect to me. He reaches like the bottom of his chest. That's where his face ends. So I think that's pretty good, pretty accurate. I can't wait to pose this guy up with the newly announced Cell Games Begin Goku. That's gonna look incredible because they're both gonna have the same style, the same, you know, art drawn style. So that's gonna look great. They're both gonna have amazing articulation. Oh, I can't wait. But anyways, 5 for scale. Last up is shelf presence, and as always is the most biased out of the 5 categories because what I like on my shelf might not be something you like on yours. And if you know me, you know that I'm a big Gohan fan. So for me, this is one that's an amazing release. It's got to be the best Gohan figure out there besides the Ultimate Gohan from Superhero. But this is just like the epitome of a great Gohan. Now, I wish they would release one that's this exact same mold, but battle damage, so that I can represent the Super Saiyan 2 transformation well. But yeah, for me, it's going to be a 4. It's not like the top tier, but it's pretty high there. So overall, Super Saiyan Gohan, the warrior who surpassed Goku, gets a cumulative score of 4.4 out of 5, which makes it a top tier figure. Just wanted to remind you again, he is currently on sale on Amazon for only $58, which does make it a little better. You know, a few bucks is always worth saving. But anyways, if you disagree with any of the ratings that I gave him, you could head to DBZSHFIGS.com, go into the webpage for this Gohan character, and there should be a poll there where you could insert your ratings for each of the 5 categories. That way we get a cumulative score from the entire community. Also, just wanted to highlight that if you don't have the yellow aura effect piece from Tamashii Nations, I really do suggest you get it. It takes all your dioramas to the next level, so I'll also be leaving a link for it in the description. If you don't have one, make sure to pick one up. But anyways, I want to give a big shout out to the members of the DBZSHFIGS Club. We have Blue Fires, Owen, and Burgos LJ. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for continuously supporting the channel and the website. Other than that, if you're still listening to the video right now, just want to let you know that you're a real one, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day.